Good. Can I continue? Great. So, as I said, right after the talk, we'll have a Kahoot session. You will be able to win something. So be careful, listen, and be ready to play. There will be a really awesome prize tonight. I won't tell at the moment. We will announce the next Webmardi, and after that, we have a special place called the open mic. In case you are looking for a job, you are looking to hire someone, you want to share something about a personal project, about an open source project you are working on, you're welcome to come here and to just share with the community about your project or your research. And after that, we will have the apéro. For the talk, if ever you have any question, there will be a Q&A session at the end of the talk. The Webmardi is a monthly event that is held every first Tuesday. We have 12 gatherings per year and all across Romandy. So sometimes it's in Fribourg, sometimes in Lausanne, and also even in Geneva. We do our events sometimes in English, sometimes in French. And you can always, if you cannot come, watch them later on YouTube. The Webmardi is a non-profit organization that is run and organized by a team of 8 volunteers. So we have Nelson, Margot, Alexia, Asia, Uli, Sebastian, Kevin, and myself. And we all do different things for the Webmardi. In case you are interested to help us to organize events, to take pictures, or to promote the Webmardi on social media, please come to us during the apéro, or you can also send us an email to contact@webmardi.ch. We'll be happy to onboard you in the association. We cards. The Webmardi is organized by volunteers, but we need money to finance several things, the tools that we use, the apéro, sometimes the location. And for that, we have amazing sponsors that help us to organize the Webmardi financially through the year. So there we have Liip, Liip, Super 8, Idora, HEIG VD section Média, Infomaniac, the CPNV, JobTrek, and TP. So thanks to our sponsor. Tonight we host the Webmardi at Liip. Liip is a digital agency that has offices all around Switzerland. They do design, coding, web or mobile, and as well as user experience. Tonight we are located in the Fribourg office. In case you need the restrooms, they are located right there in the corner, just behind Stefan, or there is also one restroom here. During the event, we will take pictures. If you don't want to appear on any picture, please come to us during the apéro and we can see how we can organize this. Great. I won't take too long. I will give you the space for your talk, so thank you very much.
Today, actually, it's our first time we're introducing to external audience our contemporary modern art, we have the Legos, so these plastic, and we combine them in different ways, and we like to say that we of light and matter, because we also like to play with light and shadows. We are the artists. So myself and Aldo, we are Italian, both of us, and we have been living in Lausanne first. So that's where all this started, and we moved to the current, and then we came here for this nice event, and we create these pieces using compatible bricks, compatible to Lego, so they have the same size as Lego, but they are not exactly Lego. Our field of interest is obviously making architectural creations, sculpture created using these bricks, using various techniques like the bending. I will explain you later what it is as well. Digital art and printed art. The two of us, we have two different backgrounds, so I need to say that this is just a hobby for us. So we do this now every time, and we have very different backgrounds. So myself, I'm a biotechnologist, I'm a scientist, so I work in biology. And Aldo, my husband, he's an IT consultant, he's a dev lead. So we have completely different background and actual jobs. So we developed this as a side activity. So we all do this in our free time. And it all started when we first met, because we met after 2016. We met around 2019 when we became friends, and I saw this piece. You can also see here in front of us. So that was the idea where it started. So in his living room, my husband had this Pac-Man table. Now you see just the legs, but this is how it looks in real life, so in our actual living room. And it was redefining a bit the use of Lego, because it was always being considered Legos as like toys, so just to give them and then let them play. I never saw some actual piece of furniture made out of Lego. So it's a bit of a different interpretation of how a Lego brick can be used. So that's where the idea came from this table that was made in 2016, out of more than 7,000 pieces, with a lot of, I will explain how we made it more in detail, also from the digital parts, how we engineered the whole piece. It was a lot of work, but at the end, the whole idea of making these art pieces, but also design pieces, came from this Pac-Man table. But then, why not using Lego? Not because we don't want to, actually. We wanted actually to go back to the origins, so to use the original Lego bricks. So using the standard blocks that have been first built by Lego. That's why we are getting our bricks from this company, that actually has taken up the patent that expired in the 60s, in 1960s. That was about the original Lego pieces made, the first patent made by Lego on their original pieces. Now Lego has a different patent, so actually the actual Lego pieces are a bit different from the inside. But these are the original ones, the old ones, and they have the same size and weight also, and they are also very compatible to the original Lego blocks. This company is the only one, Lego is not doing that, but this company, yes, it's more sustainable, because their bricks are made out of, more than 50% of them are made out of recycled plastics. And also there are specific blocks that are available at this company. So for example, we have fluorescent blocks and transparent blocks in the standard format that you cannot find in the Lego company. Obviously, we did not use also the pure Lego, because we are a bit disrupting the purist Lego idea, because the Lego community, for example, the bending technique is something they would never accept. So the bending technique that the piece is going around in the audience is kind of an example piece, is how to kind of join the Lego bricks, leaving spaces between not completely join them, so leaving some like margin of movement to the bricks. In this way, we can create waves, we can create round shapes that normally wouldn't be possible with the standard Lego bricks, which are cubes and rectangular shaped. So this technique can be used to also give a bit of an idea of the movement, and actually even our logo, so BLA, blah. He will explain also the history about the logo afterwards. We have also made it with the Lego, using the bending technique for the B and the A. We haven't brought it today because it's bigger than these pieces, so it would have been more difficult to bring it here. But yeah, we're a bit disrupting the Lego community, and we are kind of using the bricks in a different way. Then our art, so a bit the rational behind. So I'm a scientist, so I need always a rational behind doing things. So it's exploring these new ways of generating brick structures, so give a new purpose, embedding this technique of bending, but also thanks to this technique that gives spaces between the bricks, we can also add the shadow and the light. So we can also play with shadow and lights, as you can see here with the lamps, for example. We want to create visual art, not only for exhibitions, but as I mentioned, we can also fully integrate some of these pieces into a normal modern interior space, like table, lamp, or canvas, for example. So it can be also used in a normal house, and could be something more like a weird piece of furniture that you go close and you find out that it's made out of Lego. So something unexpected. Again, we also wanted to pair then the use of these historical bricks that are considered as toys with new technologies. So we also coupled additional technologies, not only making the Lego bricks, but we also built around, for example, digital art, printing, and also new materials that will be explained also in the second part. Then, thanks to these different characteristics that we can include in our art, we can make our art pieces, and we can also give our art pieces more deep concepts that are also linked to the, giving a meaning to the piece, for example, so that to trigger a bit the open-mindedness of the viewers, so to also show different ideas. Like, for example, I will explain it later as well, but there is one art piece, is the Almighty God, this one, which is the kind of the crossing of the euro symbol and the dollar. So that's how, is the explanation of so here it's about, it's a bit kind of a visualization of how we consider money more relevant, like a god, rather than other things that should be more relevant. So we can also trigger a bit of this, like in the artistic side, so give a deeper meaning in our sculptures, for example. And then we go back to the technology side, so I leave the stage to my husband.
So because this one was our side project and a common passion, of course, each one of us tried to bring in this project their own passion. So Beatrice suggested, to do more a lamp one, some tables, something that you can use in the home. And because I'm a geek as a base since long time, 20 years now, I decided to use the project Blah to do a lot of different things, from sticker, from website, logo, font, and I will show you how we link with the geek society, let's say. So first of all, by chance, it's not because it's a sponsor of Webmardi, we chose Infomaniac for the same reason, for one of the reasons that we choose the brick, because they are green and ethical, and also in Switzerland, and because of that, we host everything with them. We have the email and everything. And then we try to use open source as much as possible, and the plan is also to make the website and all that we do as open source from a technology point of view. Of course, the piece of art, if someone wants to buy it, we will be happy to sell it, because we will have the need of sustain ourselves, because pieces are very expensive. But technology speaking, the goal is to be open source and collaborating with more people as possible. So everything started from the logo. On purpose is like put in a messy way. Just to show you that really started everything from our name, our signature, with a piece of Lego in between. And from that we decided, why not, using our name, Beatrice and Aldo, just with the same division, that is an L. So the logo itself, it's our name, but it's also the meaning of what we do. So we use brick with light, like looks, and we do art. And everything started with using these two software, like Inkscape. I will just mention, of course, after we can discuss more on technical. I can show you even on the laptop, anything. But Inkscape is an illustration and vector software, or of course open source. GIMP is, we can say, like the Inkscape is like Illustrator, and GIMP is like Photoshop, just to make it easier, you know. And Riot is just an optimization of images to make images lighter for the web or for any other tools. As you can see, with this software, we did the logo, but also the sticker. Of course, after you can get many stickers as you want. We will show you also. We are also doing some embossing by hand. So we try to do a lot of things, maybe too much. Then I got a crazy idea that took me a couple of months because I decided that our letters were nice, so why not doing a font? So I started with Vietnamese, that is an open source font from Google, the one we are using in this presentation. And I created from scratch all the letters, more or less 480-ish. So it's covering almost all the language that Google need to become a Google font. The next step would be ideally having the help of someone, because I'm not so into the Google font rules and so on. Ideally, we would love to have Blah font as a Google font for everyone. As you can see, some particular letter like the at or then the head also. So this one, and especially the letter G, they were completely different from other one, they are more similar, let's say. And everything started from, again, the shape of the round that come from the bending technique. And then from that, we said, OK, let's start with the website. That's my domain. So I come from web agency background. So I was very common with WordPress. Nothing against WordPress. It's just that it was too much for what we needed. It's just too many plugins to add, too many things to change in PHP. So I said, I want something simple that even in case also Beatrice can just put the hand and change a text or an images. So I experienced more of different CMS, free one. The best one for our need, it was Grav CMS. It's an open source non-database CMS. It's based on file, so you have a TXT, or better, you can use a markdown file. All our website is a bunch of folder, markdown folder named for images like images or video. And the software automatically, throughout PHP on the background, create the website that you see. Of course, it needs Infomaniac for the hosting. But you know, the PHP side, if you want, you can change it. But mostly, you don't need. So it's really easy to change and use also for non-technical people. That's why this choice. By the way, the website it was updated like 2 hours ago, full of missing things. So next week, we will add more. But now we have mostly our main art pieces. Then as other software I'm using to code Visual Studio Code, and I also experienced lately with AI just to help. And I found it, I mean, if you know how to use it, it's a subject that maybe in the future we can see if we can link it to Blah in some way. Of course, using GitHub, XAMPP is a local server to just run the software. And yeah, that's the website. And that's the nicer, let's say, part for me, because it's where we create. So that's the real fun part of the digital. So when I did the Lego, this one, when I did the pack table, I used Digital Designer. That is, it was an official 3D software for desktop to design any type of piece with official Lego, and then you could buy the pieces throughout Lego. Lego closed this project and kind of gave it to Bricklink, that is an association that sell and catalog all the Lego pieces existing since forever. And they have this software called Studio. It's completely free, open source. Of course, if you want, is linked to their pieces, because of course they have to sustain themselves. But you can also use another software that comes with it, that is Part Designer. And later, I will pass you a Lego piece also. And you will see that with Part Designer, you can really design a 3D Lego. So it's an easier version of, much easier version of Blender, a full open source 3D software, just optimized for Lego, like an architecture of Lego. So you can create your own Lego and then use it in the studio. I will show you, I think, in the next slide. MashLab is just to optimize the 3D file in case you need to print the Lego piece, or from Part Designer. Exactly, yes. So as you can see, what I just mentioned, this Lego, it was created in Part Designer because the stud, they have the blah logo. Okay, so now I have this Lego piece as a real piece, like a real digital piece, and I can use it in all my other art pieces. So usually, how we work, so I started with this one, designing it, because before buying 8,000 pieces, you know, I had to be sure that what I needed. So I start literally dragging and drop a lot of Lego and playing in this digital software. And now we work in both ways, meaning for large idea that we have, that we want just to experiment, like we tried to do this one much larger, we did it in the 3D software. Then we do some render, we do some test, and maybe if we have time and we want to do it as not digital only, we will buy the pieces, and we have, it creates also the instruction, so you also have the instruction to do it. And now we work also on the other way, meaning we have a piece that, like the Almighty God and also the cylinder of light, that is the big lamp, they were not designed or studied. They just came out while we were playing with the Lego pieces. And from that, we decided to do also the digital version. So that's our ideal next step. For example, the Mondrian one, we already bought the pieces, but before we did it in the designer to be sure that it's feasible. And as a latest crazy idea to find us much more work, because I saw that Part Designer, you could also export it with MashLab and do a 3D piece, I printed a 3D, that's the 3D version. Then I print the 3D, and I gave the 3D to a goldsmith in Italy, a friend of us that do pieces of art. And this one is a silver, you can pass it, and yeah. It's a silver Lego, is a latest version from the one that you see on the screen that come from this 3D printed, that then, of course, the goldsmith made it with another material that can be dissolved. And that's, ideally, our goal would be to have this one for large pieces of art as a signature, so that there is the logo, our name, and the website. So that's where we went with the link and using the technology up to today. And now I let Beatrice explain you some pieces of art. Some of them, they are on the table. And yeah.
Yeah. So chronologically, one of the first sculptures that we made actually was Almighty God, that I already explained you the meaning. And then also the lamps. And as you can see, this is one example. There is another smaller version here. Actually, this has another name. But we made different sizes of the same lamp. So this is the medium size, let's say, and then we have a much taller one, and then two other which are smaller. Then we, chronologically again, we started making these black hearts, so different small hearts, different sizes that are also, we always play with black and white and transparent, but also with the being fluorescent, so in the dark, glow in the dark. So we cannot show you in real life, but we have brought some pictures. So we have this one, which is the Stairs of Love. Here, it's in real life. Maybe I lift it. So this is the real piece. which is transparent, but actually in the shape of the heart, we also put some fluorescent pieces. So actually in the dark, that's how it looks like. So it's actually coming out the love word. And then what we also made is, for example, the braille canvas, which is this one instead. And as you can see here, so the writing love, it's again fluorescent, but you can also read it kind of clearly. But we also wrote love as a braille. So if you pass the hand on top, then thanks to the studs of the Legos, it can also be recognized, the word love. And we also put the signature here. So blah is also in braille in the bottom. Then we also created different various canvas. We can also actually write on the like our signature, Bricklux art. We can also make canvas like this. Yeah. So our next big project that is actually has been committed by a friend in Italy is this digital art piece. So we call it Pink Floyd because it's the signature of the Pink Floyd. So we have made it in digital form. So we have the plan to all the instructions also how to build it. But for now, it's a digital project, and the idea is either to print it, so have it as a printed art, or make it in real life, and that would be, I think it's 1 meter by 2 or something like this.
That one should be the real
huge
size,
canvas.
more or less.
Yes, and that's how we want to explore. We combine a bit the digital part with the real life part, and that's how digital actually comes very helpful, because before buying and trying out this big art piece, it's always good to have kind of a plan before. So also the instructions, how to use also the different pieces. And the idea is also to take advantage of the transparent ones to give also a bit the shades of the different colors, so to really look like a rainbow there. And then that's the most recent thing we did for our wedding, because we got married in September. So we prepared as gifts for the invited people a smaller version of the cylinder of light that we call the Spiral of Love. So it's our first limited edition. So we built 150 copies. We distributed 100. We gave 110 out. So there are still 40 left in our storage. And for this, we have also made a specific kind of certificate for the piece of art, because it's actually a piece of art, and they're all numbered. And yeah, they will be also. I can tell it will be one of the prizes of the Kahoot
so
competition. So be fast and correct in replying the questions. And I think that's it. So this is a bit our hobby, how we like to make art together. So we thank you for your attention, and we are glad to take any questions.
Any question,
in English, French, or Italian can work as well.
We speak French also and Italian, so we did it in English just to be sure that the audience would be bigger as possible, because it's our first presentation. So thank you.
Thank you.
Question?
I wanted to ask about the I wanted to ask about the Pink Floyd art, and also linked with the fluorescent parts. Are there other colors as well, or is it just?
So this company, when I started in 2016, they were only doing 6 or 7 pieces. So exactly the one that you see there. Mm-hmm. So that's exactly the pieces that they were doing. Of course, this one, as mentioned, is done with the part designer, of course, without the blah logo. So that's the pieces they were doing. Then today they are doing much more, and they are doing, I think, more than 20 colors. That's why what we did.
Also the transparent ones can be, you can give the shade of transparent.
There are different transparent color.
It can be like pink transparent, green transparent, not just white transparent.
And speaking about pieces, a nice thing to mention is that Lego only do the ghost as a fluorescent, so it doesn't exist anything else. So they do almost all the pieces that you see there, and even the one for the roof Even this one, they do it transparent and also fluorescent. So for us, lately, it's, very nice. What I did for the Pink Floyd, just because I have a web mindset, I did a library with all their pieces in my part designer. So now I have all the pieces that they produce in the software, and we can use it.
Actually, in the company, if you purchase over a certain amount, you can also request a specific color or a specific feature of the piece, but you obviously need to purchase
a lot. I think it's
a certain amount.
in money, it's like 15,000 euro. That means 150 pieces, more or less.
150,000.
Sorry, 150,000. Sorry.
That would be too expensive.
Otherwise, we need a guard for this. No, the cost is more or less, is less than Lego, but is around 20 cents ish per piece.
And did you reach this limit?
No, not yet. I think totally we
might be close. We might be close.
We are close to 30,000 used. So yeah, at home we have a room just for that.
That's for Lego.
Yeah.
So
Any other question?
I was curious how much your supplier is advertising their quality processes and how you expect the lifetime of the bricks to be in relation to what's expected of a Lego brick.
Yeah. So we, to be honest, we never checked the lifetime of Lego mostly because plastic itself, it's really, probably we will not be there when this brick will disappear. But what we checked, it was the process they do it and the history of the company. So I bought it the first time, to be honest, because they were cheaper than Lego. Then this company was restructured. So now the person who owned it recreated all the machine, he took the machine and build them all to achieve the same weight of the Lego. So this Lego has the same weight and same size of the 1959 patent of Lego.
You could combine with the Lego set, for example, and you would not recognize that they are different from the original
because
Legos.
the weight is the same, I estimate, myself only, that the durability will be very close to the Lego one. And from what we checked at the beginning is the solidity. Because they are different, they are still very solid. So when you try to squeeze them, they don't squeeze.
Yeah, we built also kind of quite heavy structures as well, and they're quite stable now. This is in place since 2016. It's not that we kind of unmount and rebuild every time, and it's holding things. It's a real. Now we unmounted for today. We brought it here, but it's our real coffee table at home. So
yeah, it's very solid.
We use it.
Je vais poser la question en français,
C'est bon.
si ça vous convient. Je me demandais quelle était la plus grande difficulté quand on travaillait avec des Lego comme moyen artistique.
Alors, pour le moment...
Vous pouvez répondre en anglais.
Oui.
English is fine.
English, yeah. So everyone, I think, understood the question. If not, I go in English. So what was the difficulty of using it as a mean of art? So the thing is that for us was not difficult because for us was really a game, we were doing it for
kids,
fun.
Going back to being kids, so playing with Lego, just with a bit more purpose at the end.
I may say that the only tricky part is to transport them. Almost every time we not rebuild it, of course, but we break them, we put it in a bag, and then we rebuild them. Fortunately, fortunately or unfortunately, depending the point of view, we had only one exposition in Romont, and today that's the two times that we moved the pieces.
Just started, so it's still fun. Maybe if we go in for other 20 exhibitions, maybe it will be more tiring,
that would be
bringing them all the time.
Would be the difficulty I see. So we probably will need to create some wood, leggage or something to keep them not rebuilding every time. One thing that we did that we will be killed by Lego passionate, only for this one.
For the Spiral of Love.
For the Spiral of Love, because it was given as a present to 100 people that, of course, they are not taking too much care for the piece itself, so they will use it and also kids. We glue them, but without the glue, we glue them with acetone.
With acetone that melts a bit the plastic, so at the end it's kind of holding, but not too tight like a glue.
So in case, we hope that in case we will have some real exposition or we will have some piece in some museum, that's our dream, we dream big. We will glue them at least the sensitive point of the piece, art pieces. So that's the difficulty right now, is the size.
And then I think the limitation also using the Lego is obviously you cannot create all the shapes you want to create because they are still bricks, so they're still square shaped. We try to overcome it with the bending technique, but whenever we have an idea, we always try also to troubleshoot a bit and see how we can express this idea by using the material that we actually have. We don't want to change from this type of, these are the all sets that we use. We don't use other pieces than these ones. So we don't want to change from this. So we change the idea.
That's why the Pink Floyd was done digitally, because it was a request. Of course, we will be open to that, but our, let's say, babies will use this shape. Yeah. The thing is that difficulty is that, for example, the first idea for the Stair of Love was to have a real, let's say, the same one, but like a stair, tall, like us. Of course, the problem was that you needed a very heavy base, and then you had to glue them because, you know, to just do the stair. This kind of problematic, so that one was reshaped in a smaller version. So, and also, as Beatrice said, to do some shape, it's possible because, of course, it's like pixel, you know, in design. You can do any shape if you put enough pixel, enough Lego, but probably you have pieces that will be like a room. That's why we moved also to the digital. To be able to still have, we have an idea, for example, to do something that is a shape like a tunnel. But we tried, and the only way is to do it at least 1.5 meters high, so it would be too big. So next step will be doing digital, then who knows?
Then we can play a bit and adjust the shape to match what we can do in a kind of feasible way.
So that's
These
the limitation, let's say, that we found.
But it's a bit of a challenge for us as well. It's not that we are free to do whatever we want. We need to also stick to some parameters, let's say.
Dernière question. Oui. For the other question, you will be able to ask them.
We are here, yeah.
About the tool you use to create digitally, can you can you collaborate the two of you on this, or is like one with the computer and the other?
No, it's
with
not
the
collaborative.
Okay.
It's not collaborative. It's just one-way tool. You need also, I mean, when we do bigger one, you need also a quite powerful machine, because especially to do the rendering, it takes time. It's really a kind of proper 3D software. But yeah, no, it's not collaborative.
Normally he works on the digital and I do the prototypes, so in real life, so the pieces or parts of the pieces. So he plays with the computer, I play with the real pieces.
Thank you again for your presentation.
It was nice.
Okay, thank you. For the next, we will have few slides just to close this Webmardi, and then we will play the couch. I will try to open the proper slide. It's always a challenge for me to use Windows. Okay, I don't have a lot of slides, don't worry. The next event we have will be in Lausanne. It will be about design ops. For those who knows what is it. If you don't know what is it, you should come to the next Webmardi in Lausanne. It will be at Cospire. For those who knows, it's in Route de Genève, and the 1st of July, and it will be in French by Geoffrey Jacome. If you know designer, if you know people that work in design or in agency, they will be interested into this, I think, because it's quite strange to do that in agency. You find this kind of job opportunities in big company like Proton or Google or stuff like that, but not in agency. And he will explain how it could work in agency and what is design ops. could also interest some student maybe. If you're not already informed of the Webmardi, we have many social networks. We're on Meetup, of course, on Facebook, Twitter, or X. We should change this logo one. Mastodon, YouTube, because everything is recorded, as you have maybe seen. And you can find those videos on YouTube. If you wanted to check out our photos, it's on the Instagram, made by Asia, and we're also in LinkedIn. So we are nearly everywhere. We don't have the newsletter anymore if you're still subscribed. The open mic session. The open mic session, this is the moment where you can come here to talk to people here if you want. You can talk in French if you want. If you don't want to be on the stream, just tell us, we just shut down it. It's not a problem. If you want to say that you're looking at a job but your boss don't know, for example, we can shut down. The stream, you can just show me your hand before coming. I will understand that we have to shut down the stream. Yeah, this is the moment that you can come here, just change the slide so you don't have a yellow face on the camera. Don't be afraid. I know this is scary to come in front of people. Tonight we are few people, so this is a good opportunity to just prendre la parole. I don't know how to say it in English, just to say something. Does someone want to try it? Nope. Yeah? I think you can applaud because this is very, very scary to do that.
So, yeah, hello everyone. I'm Sarah Boisha, relatively recent migrant to Switzerland. I have moved here with my husband to enroll our children in the wonderful Swiss schools. And so now I am working on building my network to look for work. I have tech experience, I guess is the way to put it. I've worked for Google, Microsoft, Hewlett-Packard, startups in the Bay Area. I tend to concentrate on back-end stuff, but I don't really mind learning whatever. So if you know networks, if you know open source projects who would like a contributor, I've been playing around a little bit with taking a Python library and actually making it testable, because most of the open source Python libraries that get developed aren't really architected with unit tests in mind. And I feel like that's a pretty good build from the ground but contribute approach. And yeah, I'm based here in Marley, and yeah, thank you for your time.
Thank you. You stay for the apéro. You stay for the apéro. Thank you. Someone else want to try? Want to say something? Nope? Come on. We have slides of sponsors, I think. So yeah, we have open jobs at Infomaniac in Geneva, I think. PHP team, so it's mostly developers, what I see. PHP team lead, Golang, MLOps, Angular, Golang. You can flash this career code if you're looking for a job. I lit it here, just if you want to take pictures before. This is a company that does cloud and a lot of more than cloud, not just hosting, but also tools like CAS suites or stuff like that, like a concurrent of Google in Switzerland. And they try to do ethical cloud, meaning they try to not kill our Earth with servers. I say goodbye to the stream because they will not be able to play to the cloud because we don't want to ship worldwide tonight, and especially not every time. So I don't need this anymore. And I will explain how we can